Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I got asked about a video on trench traps, on making they're basically like T-traps. I'm not the first person to ever do these. I was inspired by Dark Arts lock picking when he used a trap to beat Bosnian Bill with his challenge lock elementary. And I did reach out to him and I said, I appreciate the inspiration. And he said, no problem, it wasn't his. He also picked it up from somebody else. Everybody in the challenge lock community tends to borrow. And, we share these ideas and how we do them because, there might be an easier, better way, and there's always room for improvement. Now, as you see right here, what I did here is I've got a plug. I went ahead and marked pretty much dead ball center as best as I can with this coping saw. You can pick these up pretty much anywhere. And as you see, there's also pins in there. And I'll explain to you why I got those pins in there for a particular reason. Now, you're wondering what I got going on here. Okay, this right here is actually the body and Bible of a kick cylinder that I've cut. Now, the thing is, you want to cut just enough to where it stays on there. And you want to be able to snap it in as well as pop it off, just like that. Now, it's also good to keep it to where you can put your tailpiece on. And of course, as I like to do, I like to remove that little actuator arm, smooth it out. True, it's psychological warfare when it comes to challenge locks when you are picking it in a vise. And, the type of vise that I used to use for picking is what I use to hold my Dremel in, which is one of the tools that you will be needing. You'll be needing a vise, a little rig like this made from a kick cylinder, coping saw, this type of end mill bit. I will put a link of it in the description. It actually comes in a kit. They're for wood, plastic, and ceramic, I think, but you can use it with soft brass. Definitely paying tweezers, especially if you're doing what I'm doing here with this. German Jewelers deburring wheels, 023, 027. Now, with that in mind, when we get to that point, you will also need some type of rotary tool, drill press mechanism that you can use your Dremel or your rotary tool. If it's the Dremel workstation, perfect. If it's just another one, like a knockoff one, that allows it to work like a drill press, then you're good to go. Now, there's different approaches. Actually, I didn't use this. I tried with this freehand. It didn't turn out that well. But you're not going to get it perfect each and every time. See, this is when I was using that. And trying to perfect what I was doing. So you're going to have casualties at this point. So this here, we'll get to this at another time, but for the meantime, what we're going to do is, since I've already got these marked, we're going to use the coping saw and we're going to turn this as we cut, and I'll explain to you why. Now, these pins here, the pins I have in here are not the pins that I'm going to have on the lock. Some of these are sit up higher, and some of these sit at the same height of the pin that's going to be in here. And the purpose for that is, if the pin is larger in here than what's on the key, is it's going to make me stop where I want to stop that at. So they'll have to pick that pin up with a narrow spool or something that I might make with a nail or whatever else. Will have to be picked. Then, if they pick it to the right height above the trench trap opening, but at the shear line they're good to go. But there's going to be some, could be either one of these, that are at the exact height. So once they've picked the binder and they get core turn, they've already started going into the trench trap unknowingly. And I just recently made one to basically you have to turn almost 180 degrees, which I did mark at the bottom showing open. Then the whole rest of the lock of the body is like, nope, not open. I did it with funny stuff number 4. I do have trench traps and funny stuff number 1, but I think I got it marked. If you get to the little smiley ends of the smile at the bottom of it, and you can keep turning past it, and you know, not exactly like 150 degrees or something like that, but if you can get 150 degrees, yeah, you definitely got that open. I gotta sneeze. Bear with me. All right, what you want to do, coping saw, and there's a reason. Well, let's just go with this one. I got it marked so you can go back and forth. Now as you're going back and forth and cutting, you just don't want to go straight just across here this way. You also want to turn the plug. Turn the plug so you get the same depth of the cut all the way around. So when you use this bit here, tweezers, the other reason why you should have tweezers is to grab this. And what you're going to do is after you get your cuts made, you're going to come in with this, bear down, and widen it out. So basically when you make your spool, you're going to make it a little bit, about almost the same size as this, if not a little bit more narrow. This is about 1.48 millimeters. So it's about the 1.5 millimeter bit. Like I said, we're not getting to that yet, and I'm getting distracted. And this video is starting to be a little bit longer than what I expected. So that's why I tried to basically prep some things to kind of cut back. Now, go ahead and let you know when you're doing this. Now, with the actuator plates on the back of the mortise cylinder or the screw-on caps that have the retaining pin at the back of a kick cylinder, okay, you'll notice that there's what that screw is. Those chambers, you don't want to go too deep in chambers 6 and 5. For the simple reason is, let me get that one right here. I don't know if you can see it, but and right there went right through where the screws go. So you want to take it easy when you get to that point. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this one started, get you going through the motions of what you need to do. And with the next one, next video from here, I will show you how to work this bit and get it all set up for your 023 and your 027s German. These are Bush Jewelers deburring wheels. I get mine from eBay. They sell a 6-pack of them. As you see, I've done went through all. These are the 027s. I got the 023s, still plenty of those. I got even some 029s. I don't know why I got them, but I went ahead and got them. Actually, I do know why. And I think I should have just stuck with the 027s, because with the 027s, when you stick with those, you can actually take down the head of your 3mm tubing to where it fits perfectly with the groove that's made with that. And on top of that, with a smaller tip diameter, it adds a little bit more jump. So when they get to that that sloppy area, that little bit of little junkiness, clunkiness, when they hit right there, getting towards the shear line and the trench trap, they will actually be setting themselves up to fall right into that trap. And when they fall into that trap, they go to turn and they realize, hey, I can't go no further. Well, that's because you just fell into a trap. Go ahead, reset. Wash, rinse, repeat until you finally have the open. And as I'm going down and down, I'm working on both sides because I want the trap on both sides. And this right here pretty much shows you what I'm doing. And when I get done with making my lines with the coping saws across these 3 chambers, what I will do is I will probably go ahead and leave one available so I can show you how I use this. Then we'll go up to the second part of the video. So this will now conclude part 1 of this series on making insanely, obscenely deep fault setting trench traps. Well, for now, I'll finish this up to get to the next starting point to give you a visual and show you how it works. I hope you enjoy. I hope you learn from this. And remember, this is not a stone cold solid method way of doing this. This is still experimental for me. But I have a good, satisfying feeling that this could be the more consistent way of making these traps. Well, that's all I will have for you on this today. The next video, I will go in deeper. I hope you enjoy. And my best to each and all of you with the evil minds of creating challenge locks and enjoying the process along the way. Thank you.